Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is Battle on the Studzianki map with Samich from Flex Clan. A big shout out to Flex, a clan I've been in, and we've got some great players from Flex. Samich has noticed that his clan leader, Scrubber, is in a platoon, and his Scrubber's come back to say, "You're cheating on me." But guess what? He hasn't invited him to the platoon, I would say. He's got Klusner and IMC Jezza from my clan, Kings. So a bit of banter going on there. Anyway, Samich is in his AMX AC-48, which is the Tier 8 Tech Tree French tank destroyer that leads ultimately to the AMX 50 Fock B. All autoloaders. Has a 3-shot autoloader, and we'll just confirm which gun he's got. I assume he's got the top gun on it. Yes, it's the 120mm. So he's loaded for bear, and it's told me that he had a run of losses in this tank leading up to this game, and he didn't want to suffer another loss unnecessarily, so he's taken all precautions to make sure he wins. So setting up in the standard spot for tank destroyers, basically aligned with the railway line to cover both the A line, where the mediums and light tanks in particular try and spot out the tanks on this side of the map. And he's just noticed AALG in his T-44 182. Now AALG is a former moderator on the Asia server, and it's actually just started coming back to play after a long illness, so welcome back, AALG. The T-44 122 actually is a special Tier 7 Russian medium tank version that was only given to moderators, at least on this server. So don't believe it's been on sale, so you won't see too many of these in game unless you're up against Counterman or Fading Neptune or one of the other moderators who like playing that tank. So he's basically had one shot of damage and just reloaded his clip from that, and he's now just being patient and waiting for the enemy tanks to push. It's typically heavy tanks that come up through the through that railway station spot. And he's just keeping an eye on the hill there in case those light tanks basically make a push forward and light him up, which would expose him. So also if they present a target, that obviously gives him an opportunity to damage. So a bit of nice chat in the battle chat just there, and oh look, he's just managed to take out ALG in his T-44. We'll take a look at the battle results afterwards and see if ALG managed to get any damage. Anyway, so basically he's pushing up now just to get a bit closer. He's got the heavy tank there in the station, but he's trying to get a better angle in case because you can see the railway line curves a bit, so the further back you are, basically the less direct you are looking down the through the center there. So he's just trying to get up to a spot where it gives him a bit more advantageous look. It does have a reasonable amount of frontal armor on this tank destroyer. The preceding Tier 7 one really is a bit more of a soft tank, or what you call a glass cannon, but this one can actually take a bit of frontal impact. You just noticed the old TTB that was previously on the hill has gone out and scouted around the side of the map, and he was just covering that in case that was a threat, but he's gone off, and now he's lined up on the Tiger 2, gets 2 shots in, and that's used up his clip. So now he's just backing off as he was lit there, and that was again in that range and firing, and without your camo active, then that decreases the camo effectiveness quite substantially, and obviously with their optics or whatever they had on, they won't manage to spot him. So he's now just making sure he's not in the same position. Don't believe there's actually any arty on this game. No, actually this is an arty-free game, so that gives him a bit more flexibility. Doesn't have to worry too much about moving apart from getting blind shots into his area. So it looks like the LTDB has been taken out, which is a bit of an advantage, and they're 2 tanks up now. and he's just waiting again patiently for tanks to move through the railway line, forgetting that there was a auto-loading tank destroyer up to the north. So they might be preoccupied again with the tanks that are out there on the A line that are firing in there. And now he's actually noticed the T-20 has appeared. So he gets his first shot in, takes the second, and the T-20 gets out of range. But the I-6 crosses over and he gets his third shot in. So he's now up to 2,500 damage, which is pretty good. They've just gone over 5 minutes of the game. So he's in a pretty good position there with one kill. Now, one other thing is he's working on a mission, and that mission's TD-6, which I think is for the T-55A, and he needs to get 3,000 damage, so he's well on his way there. And to get honours with it, he just needs to destroy 4 enemy vehicles, but he'll complete the mission just with the 3,000 damage. But he has to be at a distance of 250 metres or more, so he will want to keep out at maximum range, but again, from tank destroyer perspective, that's preferable anyway. So we're still lined up here on the tanks in the centre. The I-6B has got pretty poor view range, but the T-20 in particular would probably have much better. But it's being a bit more aggressive now. Again, this tank has got a reasonable bit of armour in it. He can take a hit, and he's also got 1,000 hit points, so he can trade a bit. And with a full clip with these low health tanks, he can basically afford to take a hit, although he probably doesn't want to. But you can see there the I-6B bounced off him. The T-71DA on the hill managed to get one shot in and bounced off, and he's still at 2 rounds loaded, so he's going to try and chase down this T-20. He did take a hit from the Super Hellcat, so he was lit during that period, and Super Hellcats tracked him, but he's avoided that. Someone's tracked the T-71 and he manages to kill him, so that's 2 kills he's got now. Actually, it's up to 3, with the I-6B. So well on his way to meeting his target, just 2846, so he just needs a little bit more damage. Got the Super Hellcat lined up. That's taken him over his damage target, so he has achieved his mission now, which is excellent, and he just needs another kill to get the honours for that. So there's only 3 tanks left on the enemy team, and so he does want to get one more kill, and there will be a bit of a scramble on to do that. So there are someone in range. There's both another Super Hellcat in his corner and the Polish CS-52 LIS, the free tank that came out of the marathon. Just getting his line in. Fantastic shot as the CS was just getting out of range. He did take a side shot in his ammo rack, but that won't affect him until he goes to reload. So that means he's achieved his mission, and the last tank goes down, and that's the win. So well done, Samic. Great play there. Right, so let's have a look at the results. Not only was that an ace tanker game, he also managed to get his first mark of excellence, so he's keeping his average up. Got the mission a little bit wrong. It's TD-6 mission for the Object 260, so he's on the last mission there for that first personal campaign. So he's achieved the high caliber award and a few of the other standard badges, and finished with 3620 damage and 1109 base experience, which has just snagged him the ace tanker. So it's possible that this is not a much played tank, not to diminish his achievement, of course. So he's also beaten all his other clanmates, which will obviously help him in the campaign to keep Scrubber honest. So 11 shots penetrated out of the 14 he fired, and every shot he hit penetrated, which you would hope so with premier ammo. It did cost him 38,000 credits, but I think he would think that was well worthwhile. So again, fantastic game, Samic, and well done.